Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about Jim Larranaga's son, Jay Larranaga. He's getting an opportunity to interview for the head coaching job of the Charlotte Hornets. He's a guy who came up under Doc Rivers and Brad Stevens' coaching staff. Spent 9 years in Boston. He spent the last 3 years with the Clippers working under Ty Lue. And he's credited as being a really bright mind. He's, I think mid-40s, maybe early 50s, I forget, haven't checked, but yeah, Larranaga is a good coach. He's fairly widely respected, and he's a guy who's a former player himself. For me, I think he's somebody that I would not be surprised if he did get himself a coaching opportunity, because he has been in the circles for quite some time now. However, I do believe that he's somebody that, depending on how everything plays out, could be a person who ends up benefiting from maybe staying in Los Angeles, because if Ty Lue does leave, he could be Ty Lue's eventual replacement. As I've said before, I do believe the Charlotte job is going to be going to Mr. Charles Lee because of the connections that are there from his time, Charles Lee's time in Charlotte, not in Atlanta. And what Jay is known for is, first off, he's a solid head coach who a lot of people around the league have a lot of utmost respect for. For me, what it says is that we're getting closer and closer to probably hearing who's going to be the front runners for the Charlotte Hornets job. Maybe not like in the near this week, but probably by the end of the month, we will hear who and why these guys are the front runners. I personally, again, I've said this for a while now, Charles Lee is the guy that, if I had to put money on it, I think is going to get the job. But I would not be surprised if a guy like Jay Larranaga, who is, a very well respected coach, I think could get the opportunity again. He's a guy who talks all the time about being a coach who tries to instill work ethic and a good rhythm. Talks about how transition on offense and defense are huge. His coaching style is eerily similar to his dad's. He did coach the Ireland national team and the Erie Bayhawks. He was a professional basketball player for what seemed like 15 years, from 97 to 09, 12 years. But yeah, definitely he's a guy who, he talks about a lot about using speed and a high basketball IQ to help along with discipline and habit, which is something that his dad does, to help bring the best out of his players.